All right. I think a lot of this match is going to come down to these first 2 rounds. If Ember really gets the time, you know, like all the things that she's good at, the chaos, the timings, the projectiles, I think a lot of the time that takes, you know, multiple rounds to set up. Whereas for Variety Bear, such a mechanical player, with a spike ball or a black hole, you can usually find something that's really good for you in just a single turn. So it's kind of a question of, like, can Variety Bear find that before Ember has the time to set up the chaos? Because if it comes down to chaos, like, Ember's really strong, and that is, you know, I'd say Variety Bear's weakest aspect as a player. Where's this arrow gonna go? Obviously, no problem in the first round. I think there's a lot of potential here. I see a few things that could be set up that would be immediately difficult. Ember takes the black hole before Variety Bear gets the chance. That could have been really rough for Ember. If you get a black hole round 2, I mean, you've seen how it can potentially work out. Okay, Variety Bear forcing the 1-frame jump. I think kind of a weakness for him as a player, but arguably more of a weakness for Ember than for Variety Bear, so not a bad play. Those wires are definitely going to do something to change this black hole, surely. But is that enough? That's the question. I think every time I've ever watched a set on Gem Cavern, that exact setup that they're practicing for now has become at least some form of contention, you know? It has mattered. Spike balls, are we going to see it immediately? What's Variety Bear's plan? Okay, I actually... Slide-offs can be really confusing to me. When it comes to playing against controller players, there are some things you can do on controller with respect to slide-offs that are literally impossible on keyboard. And I wonder if this slide-off here is like increased leniency by being on controller, and by extension, I wonder if Ember knows that. We'll see. Variety Bear does typically play on D-pad, but I know that he does have practice switching to analog for slide-off specific tech. This is a timing. Oh my god. I think on the next cycle, surely by the time they get there, the cycle's still good, right? Surely. Oh no, it is not. Gross. Oh. I mean, that RSL is a good placement by Ember. Slowing it down against a player like Variety Bear, it makes sense. But also, oh. Okay, Variety Bear not getting it. Neither is Ember. Okay, and the spike ball slide off enough to take both of them out. Spike ball slide off is weird because you know, theoretically most of the time it's a 3-frame window, which doesn't feel like it should be that hard, right? There's so much tech and there's so much tech and so many setups we do in the UCH community that are more tight than that, with more complex input sequences. But for some reason, this just doesn't feel like how many people have ever been able to really do this consistently. I feel like Kieta and Coldheart back in the day were very good at it. Morphin now is very good, but consistent, I don't know. I don't know. It has a big enough you know, window of leniency that it could be consistent. Now, okay, now wait a minute. That black hole all of a sudden looks very good for Variety Bear. almost feel like the closer angle from the hockey puck makes it a bit easier. Okay, wait, Ember gets through. And things are set up pretty nicely for her. Like, it's gonna be relatively difficult for Variety Bear to reclaim advantage in a meaningful way with how everything's been set up here. Let's see. Variety Bear does get through, though. Clutch. Against a player like Ember, you really do not want to let her get that advantage, especially this early. Like, she is good at building, and she's very willing to do what she needs to do to retain advantage. So keeping it even there, I mean, that is huge. Ember is just looking to stack as many cycles as possible. Variety Bear needs to get rid of that Arsaw. That Arsaw that stinks. I won't lie. That Arsaw is terrible. Ember's blatantly just cycle stacking. I'll call it what it is. This is cycle stacking. Come on. It is the right play. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's not the right play. But it's rough. It is rough. Honestly, Variety Bear should just set up a perfect wire jump or something. I don't think Ember's great at them. There's a perfect place to set it up at the start there. If Ember's gonna play this game, I feel like Variety Bear needs to be willing to play to his strengths. Okay, and Ember gets through. All right, the pressure's on for VB again. Goes too low, just 2 lives left. Likely gonna be Ember scoring. Okay, last life, hold on. Okay, Ember up 1-0. I think Variety Bear is... I think he's making some misplays here. I think in a situation like this, you really need to focus your building on the earlier half of the map, but he's just been placing everything after the cycle stacks. Don't give Ember the opportunity to leverage her advantage. Make something hard at the start. Make sure that she doesn't get there. Now, the real question is, what's VB gonna place? I think bombing that staircase is immediately just good. But I don't know, he's a really stubborn player. VB's not the kind of guy to just get rid of all the difficulty. Yeah. I don't know, that bomb, like, maybe it improves your situation on this round, but I don't think this is going to be a scoring round. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Hold on. Variety Bear really struggling with that ice. Oh my god, wait, Variety Bear! Okay, there it is. He goes for the speed that time. It works out. I mean, it was looking rough for Variety Bear. 3 deaths to that ice spike wall is not good. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's not good. But at the end of the day, Ember didn't get through this black hole setup. Variety Bear's the black hole guy. I see a very real world where Variety Bear scores right now. He's just waiting for his time. He knows he only has 1 life. He knows he has all the time in the world. Like, let's just get the best cycle that we can. And that's for sure the move. Okay, that could have been it. Oh, but Variety Bear. I think he wanted to bail out there, but that's a little bit of lack of composure. Variety Bear has a spike ball. It all comes down to where. Okay, wait, that could be big. That could be big. With how little time is left, I think, you know, maybe Variety Bear's strategy should pivot from placing advantages somewhere else to trying to take advantage of the one that he already does have to the best of his ability. Like, that black hole for sure favors him. So if he can find a good way, I mean, okay, wait. I see a way. I think he could have forced a hover jump or like a really awkward wall jump from that hockey if he just placed that wire on the right side of that block, but he opted not to. I mean, the situation's not terrible. The situation's not terrible for Variety Bear. Ember is looking perfect right now, honestly. Variety Bear last round made the adaptation to go for the speed, go for the jump to get speed on the ice, but this round just not using it. This ice is everything right now for Ember, and she gets through. This black hole, really the big thing standing between her and putting, you know, potentially the nail in the coffin. Oh, Variety Bear. Yeah, the nerves are hitting. The nerves are hitting. Okay, Ember has 4 lives. If she scores here, I mean, this could be it. Ember up 2-0 on Variety Bear. 3 turns left. A big comeback's in order, but it's a tall order. Variety Bear, place that barrel on top of the ice, please. I'm begging you. It is so bad for you right now. Yeah, he sees it. He recognizes, like, what am I doing? I have advantage with the black hole. Why am I playing that game? Take the dynamite. Be shameless. You have to be. Ember is not. Ember is being shameless. You need to have the strength to do it yourself. Okay, I mean, blowing the flower is good, but rough meta. The thing is, Variety Bear showed his intentions too early. See, Ember's been doing such an amazing job of holding her placements until the last second and just not letting her opponent know what she plans on doing. You can't give them that much information. Too early. Okay, Ember's still dying to the black hole, but I don't know. Is this hard enough? Is this hard enough for VB to score over Ember here? Barring a little bit of a choke. Okay, both of them get through. Wow, okay, wait, and the black hole tripping VB up, and Ember gets through. She made it through this no problem last time. She's gonna do it again, so there's only 2 rounds left. If Variety Bear doesn't score here, that is the game. He's on to his last life. Variety Bear, your tournament life is resting on this. And that does it. That does it. Ember wins 3-0. So we're gonna see Morphin versus Ember in losers finals now. Well done to Ember. Ember, there's no need to apologize. I mean, at the end of the day, playing lame only feels lame if the other player isn't buying into the strategic side of the game. If Variety Bear was willing to make some of those additions, then the emergent gameplay that comes from the back and forth, it's no longer lame. It's totally different.